Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your board. Oh, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing on but my eye. I'm still good. Out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I just found some old for my original book. I told you. I started this. This is the cover, okay? Egyptian yoga. This is the second page, the contest. But I'm gonna do a lesson. I'm taking it back. I want you to know now we're about to have a lesson. Old school. This is how I start out. So let's get this party started. Excuse me. Right as 25 rules to everybody. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story. I got a good lesson for you today. It's gonna be a little lengthy, but it's a good lesson. Okay, let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten. I'm gonna do that. Inspire. Hopefully get you to move. Educate. I'm definitely gonna do that. And motivate you, the individual, to a higher, spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission as the right thinking master. All right thinkers who take part in my philosophical points of view need to know thyself. That's the end game for being a right thinker. So let's go. I'm asking the question: do you know you? If you don't, I can help you with that. That's what I do. What I do for you. The question: do you know you? Let me give you a few examples. Which one are you? A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, we all know them, they're dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is asleep. I can awaken them on the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. I'm about to read a couple pages, break them down as I go, hopefully break it down and explain it to you. But this is how I started teaching, and I'm just reminiscing today. Hope you enjoy it. I'm about to go down memory lane. Title of this one is Why Yoga? It's a question. Okay, let's see, find out what yoga is by the book. It's a little beat up. Okay, look, it's worse to wear, but this is my first. I call it my Bible at one time. All right, so I'm pretty proficient with this, and I'm going back to the originals. Let's start. Yoga is the literal meaning of the word yoga is to yoke or to link back. The the implication is to what? Link back to your original source, the original essence of who you are. That which transcends all mental and intellectual attempts at comprehension, but which is the essential nature of everything in creation, aka God. Yoga wants you to connect with God. Right thing philosophy tries to make that happen for you, all in yoga concept also. So let's go. The science of yoga constitutes, watch this, the teachings required to achieve perfection, which is the original essence of every human spirit. Every spirit that comes into a human being, goal is to know itself, wake itself up, become spiritually enlightened, reach knee highs, Christhood, horsehood, even. But that's the spirit's intent. But the individual job is to make that happen. Why? The spirit is just there. It can't help you, so to speak. Okay? So nature herself offers one path to perfection. Jesus told you the only way to the Father is through me. Yeah, become Christ-like. Know thyself. Sound familiar? Hope you're getting this. I'm enjoying this part. We're just getting started. I'm just warming up. Now, the path of nature, learning through what? Mistakes and suffering. That's life. Trial and error. You learn as we go. But if you pay attention and listen to the teachers, you can avoid some of those mistakes and some suffering that you're going to go through for making those mistakes yourself. You can learn from somebody else's. It's a better way to go. Or take lessons from the person who teaching who did it. Trust me, it helps. All right. Now, the process of trial and error, there you go, is life. But guess what? It's arduous and it requires many, watch this, reincarnation. Why? Because they keep messing up. They didn't get it right. They didn't figure it out. Okay? My goal as right thinking philosophy teacher is to get all my right thinkers to figure it out for yourself and then enjoy life. That's what we're here for. That's the purpose. They tell you that. Through self-discipline. And this is important. This is where I live at. This is my part. They say self-discipline. I say spiritual discipline. Same thing. I'm just giving God his prop and keeping him conscious. That's called being God conscious. Some Christians call it being prayed up. Whatever you call it, don't make a difference. But when you do it, that's the difference. All the difference in the world is from thinking, hoping, wishing, doing makes it work. Watch this. Through the self-discipline, the path of yoga offers a shortcut. What? To ending the pains of human existence and to what? Exalt the pleasure, bliss of existence. How? By achieving what? Self-mastery and self-realization, aka self-discovery, the realization of one's true nature, aka God. That's my goal for the right thinkers, to find that for themselves. Experience it for yourself. It's there for the taking. All you got to do is go get it. It's not going to come to you. So there's some work that has to be involved. Now, once you get involved this way, watch this. The process is what? To become, I've been trying to tell my students 2 years, they don't know about Haru. Okay, why? They don't need to. That's the final product. That's the end result of everything you mastered yourself. You will become Haru. You ain't got to know about him. You will become him. That's the difference. That's why I don't teach it. Okay? I don't want you aspiring to be Haru. No, aspire to master yourself. And you will become Haru. Watch this. AKA a Christ. That literally means the anointed one. Anointed with the cerebral spinal fluid that goes up, gets purified, come back down, aka the Kundalini chakra system, whatever it is, but serpent power. That's what the Egyptians taught. That's what they knew, and that's what they mastered. And that's what we're getting back to. As I'm paying attention, we coming full circle, right back to where we started. So what's old is new again. Watch this. Now, to become anointed, the anointed one, aka Christ-like, and watch this, an enlightened being while when still alive. All that, I was with Reverend Ike, I followed him. He didn't preach that pie in the sky by and by nonsense. Heaven, no, you taught you how to make your heaven right here on earth. By what? Doing the right thing, becoming God conscious, and producing something, manifesting something, whatever it is you want. He was a Rolls Royce man. He manifested Rolls. I like that style. Okay, they call him the prosperous preacher. Why? He taught you how to think. He's the right thinker. I like him. I use his stuff. Okay, I bite off him all the time. And because it's 6 years ago, yeah, I have no idea. That's teaching. That's learning. Okay, that's mastery. Okay, I never claimed it to be mine. I just expound on it and put it out there as a lesson. But I got it from him. My brother told me, stop giving all the other guys the credit, take it for yourself. So I've been on that my kick for the last few years, but no disrespect for nobody that I get my stuff from. I'm gonna give you your props. That's just how I roll. All right, watch this. Now, to obtain Horacehood while still alive, again, while still alive, and to attain this level, here you go. This the part. To attain this level of being, we must first do what? Control the forces of our lower nature. I'm gonna stand that right quick. That's fellas. That's low nature down here. Okay. I get excited because this is when I teach it. I get excited about passionate about getting my point across. At this point, I'm trying to. I used to tell my brother, I want the young brother to control their low nature. You can't tell them what to do with that, my man. They're going to have to learn sooner or later. I'm just trying to give you the option early. You're going to come to my side one way or another, but I try to give you that option early in life. Why? Because in essence, we must do what? Learn how to give up our egoistical ideas, selfish greed, and allow them to what? Dissolve, so that we may discover our deepest and true self, who is what? Who is nameless, bodiless, immortal, and eternal. Sound familiar? I call him your higher self. He's in you. Jesus said, my Father and I are one. He's in you. God. Everything I tell you is based on you knowing God is within you. If you don't get that from me, you ain't really been paying attention. Shortcut. What's a shortcut? Everybody wants a shortcut. In every neighborhood, you got an alley or a backyard that you can cut through to make this trip shorter. I know we ain't the only one, so understand that. The guy right there, quick, I got to tell the story. My man was shot out. He had a girl that lived on that side of the street. He had a girl that lived on this side of the street. Matter of fact, they lived right across the street from each other. So he couldn't come to the front door and go in. So he got to do the back door. When he wanted to see the one over here, he went to 19th Street. He lived on 18th Street. He had a shortcut. I'm sorry. Dude, I gotta tell him. And he had a girl across the street. And I don't call names. I ain't putting my own blast. I'm putting my father out there because this is true. Again, I keep it real. Transparency is the best lesson, teaching lesson, tool to teach by. I'm telling you the truth. My man was, when he wanted to go across the street, the even numbers, he went to 17th Street and yeah, he had a shortcut. So when I saw that word shortcut, it triggered. I'm sorry. Oh, that's too funny. Oh man. Okay, get back to the lesson. Yeah, I just had a moment. Okay, I just shared a moment with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's the lesson there. Okay, we're gonna do what we're gonna do when we want to do it. That's ego at its best. That's my lesson. That's my point I tried to make. Moving on. Shortcut. Here should not be taken to mean easy or for indeed what we are asking is what we is that we be trained to meet the challenges of life head on. We make our own way. I got a pastor at my church. He's a gym in practice. So when he get to preach, his favorite phrase is, God will make a way where there ain't no way. So with the ego, when you want what you want, you're going to find a way. I did it a lot of times, and I had to pay the consequences every time. So you either get better or you just keep at it right. Moving on. Training, what that mean? Training implies the correct knowledge, self-knowledge, Egyptian, ancient ancestor, spiritual truth, knowledge, Maya philosophy, knowledge, in order to perform what? Right action and develop, there you go, right thinking. Ding, 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 ding. I love that. Whenever I see right thinking anywhere, it gets me excited. Okay, so yeah. But we need, watch this, to put forth what? This is my neighborhood, the effort. Putting forth the work is my motto. Put forth the effort, and you got to show the discipline to reach that goal in life. It's personal. I can't give you that. You have to do that for yourself. That's why I say what I do what I do for you. I can instruct you. I can guide you. You have to put the work in. Okay? I'm meeting you halfway. I'm giving you what you need. You take it and you go. Okay? It's a marathon. It's a relay. I'm going to pass that baton off to you. You take it and run. Okay? Watch this. Now, as yoga is the highest goal of our human existence, meaning it will get you to God. That's what you want. That connecting back to the essence of who you are, meditation, discipline self, living righteous will do just that. And else, you know what else they do? They get their kundalini rising, okay? Naturally. The highest goal, watch this. The highest goal requires the highest what? Dedication, desire, and willpower to do and be your best. I patted myself after my man, the greatest, Muhammad Ali, the greatest love of all you find inside yourself. He found God within himself, and that made him great. Okay, he wasn't too shabby with the hands either. All right, and he was an eloquent thinker, and he was sharp. And I think if he had not been a boxer, he still have been great. It shortened his lifespan because he took a few to the head, and that head ain't built for that. He sure had a good head on his shoulders, so let's respect for my dude. All right, here you go. Yoga training allows for what? The development of these qualities so that we may reach the coveted goal of becoming a sage. I got my hat on. That's my goal. Okay, a saint, aka Horus, Haru, or Christ. Ding, 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 ding. I keep trying to get that point across. You can make that happen for yourself. I did. I got some more to read here, but I really want to get to something else. But let me stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. I'm watching the clock. Never mind the clock. Stick to the plan. Put the lesson out there. That's what my brother would tell me. So let me do that. Next one is there are many forms of yoga. We know that, been over that before, 5 of them. Now, in this volume, emphasis will be placed on what? The yoga of my favorite, wisdom, and also classic action. Yoga of wisdom and yoga of action is what right thinking philosophy patterns itself after. Those disciplines, those rules, those guidelines, and why that's how you become self-master. Known in the Indian Vedanta philosophy and the Jnana yoga in the Karma yoga, respectively. However, all paths are integral to some degree, meaning using elements of what each other one as needed, thus leading to the same destination. Watch this. From an advanced standpoint, any activity which allows us to move into harmony with our true selves, aka is yoga, aka Egyptian yoga. Okay? Semi-Tawi, my man said. Now, let me get down here. I got a few more things to do if I go to the next page. I got one more page for you, and then I'll be out of here. We did the 5 form. Okay, did form. Watch this. The symbols and philosophies that will be presented should be reflected upon, watch this, with what? Respect to the symbolic nature of the universal principles which is presented as they apply to one's life. Again, a la carte. Take what applies to you, let the rest go. No philosophical or religious system can be expected to exactly correlate with any other given system. Why? Because of the nature of individual cultures, individual expressions of the ideas, and the individual experiences. Every culture has their own way of doing things. The Egyptians knew that. We got 5 different creation stories from 5 different places, 3 major spots, other 2. But Indians had their horoscope. Japan got theirs. Everybody, American Native had theirs. So whatever you do to get there, don't make a difference. It's the work you put in to make it happen. Watch this. So therefore, accepting any myth or story as wholly factual would be immature. That's for you Bible believers. If you believe that Bible is factual, you are immature. Simple. It ain't me. I ain't saying it. I'm just passing along that idea. Why? Because we know the Bible is mythological, allegorical, philosophical stories to just educate and to teach, not for you to take it literally. Simple. Moving on. A disciple, what's this? And that's what right thinkers are. If you follow me, you're a disciple. You must seek to what? Answer the questions of your innermost heart. That's where God dwells in man. Watch this. However, not always expecting answers in an intellectual form at the level of deep introspection and study of philosophical systems, one will what? Discover that there is a common basis to all religion, and faith-based turns into what? Your faith turns into intuition if you what? Through study, listening, reflecting, and meditation. Those are things that will teach you how to inquire and learn and better yourself. They're the 3 rules. Listen, reflect, and meditate. Moving on. Yoga is a science by which humankind can find its roots, but more importantly, yoga philosophy and other ancient mystical philosophies are concerned with what? The here and now. I teach live in the now. What happened in the past can't change. What's going to happen in the future? No concern. Be concerned with the now. That's what you can control. Okay? The raising of consciousness in the very present. That's right thinking philosophy's goal, to get you to understand and be that. The science of yoga teaches us how to what? Promote correct thinking so that we may understand who we are, why we are here, and how to obtain the highest level of bliss, aka peace. Hotep. This will be part one. I'm gonna end it because we about to step into the next level of yoga, the next level of right thinking philosophy. We're gonna find out about happiness. I'll be right back.